Early this week, the boyfriend of a 90-day fiancé alum was arrested for attempted murder. Eyewitnesses and rescuers told investigators that Cole Goldberg had grabbed, strangled, and attempted to drown Caroline Schwitzky. Caroline, who appeared on 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, as a talent agent for Paola Mayfield, likely would have died had bystanders not rushed into action. Now it's reported that Caroline was arrested just after her ex-boyfriend. Why? Starcasm reports that Palm Beach County records show that Caroline was booked just 50 minutes after Cole Goldberg. There are a lot of problems with the American justice system, but was nearly murdered in front of witnesses is not usually a crime. Witness statements to police had not described Caroline as doing anything except try to get away, so what landed her behind bars? The charge, it turns out, was an out-of-county warrant, and it is only natural to assume that it is connected to a Miami-Dade County felony conviction. Caroline is on probation stemming from a controversial traffic stop, and an alleged probation violation was filed on March 25. Her conviction for resisting an officer with violence to his person is only 5 months old, but actually stems from an incident in February 2019. Caroline has adamantly denied the officer's version of events, and repeatedly called for witnesses to come forward if they saw what happened. On the one hand, Caroline has a lengthy history of traffic stops and driving citations, though it doesn't look like others led to charges this serious. At the same time, we're talking about the officer's word against that of a woman who turned down generous plea offers because she wanted to prove her innocence. If you're scratching your head and wondering where you've seen Caroline before, you're like a lot of people this week. She appeared on Happily Ever After in 2016, but only as part of the storyline of Russ and Paola Mayfield. Caroline is the CEO of a Miami talent agency, and the Mayfields moved to Miami in part after her encouragement so that Pao could find work. As for what happened on Sunday, Cole Goldberg allegedly attempted to murder Caroline Schwitzky. The two had been dating for about 1 year. Multiple witnesses saw the two in an argument while on a boat. Caroline reportedly tried to get away from Cole after he grabbed her. The two struggled, with Cole allegedly restraining her despite her protests. Apparently, this conflict went on for about 20 minutes before Caroline, striking Cole's arms in desperation, managed to break free. A boat is not an ideal place to flee an alleged attacker, so Caroline did the only thing that she could. Witnesses saw her jump into the water and swim desperately to a nearby boat for safety. Unfortunately, Cole jumped in after her, eventually overtaking her, which is when the alleged assault continued. Cole allegedly tried to push Caroline under the water, holding her underwater so that she could not breathe. On top of that, he reportedly had his hands around her throat. No one has the right to attack or detain their partner against their will, but it is this alleged behavior that landed Cole with an attempted murder charge. Witnesses, who described all that they saw to investigators, did not simply watch as this happened. Multiple onlookers screamed for Cole to stop, apparently to no avail. Desperate to save the woman's life, multiple people jumped from a nearby boat, swimming over to rescue Caroline. These heroic rescuers, who had simply been minding their business on their boats minutes earlier, reached Caroline in time. They saved her life. According to police reports, they then had to fend off Cole with a stick. Cole was arrested on a charge of attempted first-degree murder. Observing bruising on Caroline's arms and after conferring with eyewitnesses, authorities also charged Cole with battery. The 23-year-old was booked and processed, but managed to post $60,000 bond and was released just hours later. Outstanding warrants are a complicated matter, and people sometimes find themselves arrested on warrants that they did not know existed. It is a tragedy that Caroline, rather than being able to process what happened to her on Sunday by seeking immediate counseling, was instead arrested alongside her alleged would-be murderer. Whatever the substance of her alleged parole violation, one has to wonder about a justice system where the victim of an attack ends up in police crosshairs.